Bruh. Yo, these cats out here is lost, man. They lost. They lost out here in the Matrix, B. Oh man. I mean, I already knew this was gonna be the outcome. You know what I mean? But I was like, let me just put the signal in there, cause somebody else gonna hear it and it's gonna pick up, son. You know what I mean? But yo, son, yo, bruh, yo, these people that's in the Bible, son, they lost, bruh. Yo, it is a wrap for those people that's in the Bible, son. It is a wrap for them, son, bruh. Yo, I was just talking to this dude, son, on these situations that's going on out here, son, and it's like, they got a bunch of videos circulating on Facebook where a whole bunch of people just getting violated by police and all that. You know what I mean? So it's like these dudes, they already in their emotions, man. So I jump in the joint, start talking to the dude and all that, and he was like, yo, so what do you think about the situation? Blah blah blah. Like straight up, man. Cops, you know what I'm saying? They doing what they told to do, son. You know what I mean? They're not doing anything outside. It's like you can always tell when somebody is not really about uplifting the God race for real, because you could sense the out of bounds in their words. In other words, when you talking to certain people, you could sense based upon how they word their words that they have limits on how far they will take it, son. You know what I mean? They got limits on how far they will take it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, the cops is doing what they told to do, son. You know what I mean? They performing their job duties. That's something that's coming from the higher ups. That's part of their job description. They being told to do that, son. You know what I mean? So but dude was like, "Well, I was a cop." I'm like, "Yo, the cops is Masons." He was like, I was a cop. I'm not a Mason." Like, yeah, all cops. I just let that go because, I could just already tell in his damn voice the way he was, stuttering that, what I'm saying. You could tell something is up, but I'm not even gonna try to dwell on that. They are part of that Masonic society. You know what I'm saying? They of the Blue Lodge Order. You know what I'm saying? I guess he ain't want to get that on his joint. So they out there violating, and he started talking about the racism and all that, and I'm like, well, racism, like the way how they advertise it on the surface, it's like it doesn't exist, but it exists as far as what I'm saying, them doing sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, number one, he ain't even let me like fully explain, because he cut me off and he was like, "What do you mean? Like, does it exist or does not it or does not exist?" I'm like, "Yo, there's levels to this, son. You can't. It's like you can't answer. Like if somebody asks you if does racism exist or does it not exist, you can't answer it in a yes or no, because it deals with layers. So I'm like, the way how they advertise it on the surface, it does not exist like that. But it exists as a sacrifice. This dude talk about I don't make no sense. He was like, yo, does it exist or does it not exist? I'm like, yo, do you understand that there's different like levels and degrees to this, son? He said it doesn't matter. So I'm like, I'm asking him, I'm saying, so you telling me it doesn't matter how they advertise it, son? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, it doesn't matter how they advertise it. I started to say, so you telling me that if you go to the supermarket and they advertise GMO food as organic food, and you sitting up there eating all that GMO food under the impression that you're eating organic food because on the surface they advertise it as organic food. You mean to tell me if you constantly eating that, you ain't gonna get sick? I started to ask him that, son. You know what I mean? But it's like you're starting to see how these clones mind work, son. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see how these clones mind work. You know what I'm saying? So, he started talking about the humans and all this and all that. I'm like, yo, he asked me like, what, he was like, so what do we got to do? I said, yo, we got to come together and build our own. Man, I think he said something like, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this motherfucker said that we need to, like, somewhere along the line, get a list and go demand that these laws are changed. I'm saying to myself, like, what? We need to go get a list and demand that these people change their laws. I'm like, these people ain't gonna change their laws, man. This whole society, this is what I'm saying to myself, man. I'm like, this whole society is based on the violation of the God race. They ain't about to change nothing. And if they do like make it look like they changing anything, it's something that they had already planned. You know what I'm saying? It's something that they had already planned, son. You know what I'm saying? So, but the whole gist of the story is this dude is not really looking for no solutions, man. He is looking to be treated better. You know what I'm saying? He want people who's running the planet to just ease up on them a little bit. Just change the laws a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude don't want to come together and build his own. From the time I said, yo, we need to come together for real on some real shit and build our own for real, son. Like, who would want to do that, son? Like, you ain't agreeing with that, son. That's already letting me know, son, that you limited it. You limited in the ascension, son. You ain't really. And then this dude started talking about the spirit. I'm like, yo, bruh, son, I don't deal with the spirit, son. I deal with the soul. So then the dude asked me what's the difference between a soul and a spirit. And I said, yo, the soul is made up of real energy. A spirit is made up of artificial energy. He was like, that's some nonsense. He said, that sounds like something you got up out of Egyptology. I started to ask him, where in Egyptology did they ever say that the spirit is made up of artificial energy, son? You know what I'm saying? Then I asked the dude, so I just asked him, I said, yo, you ever been, because he's talking about the spirit. I'm like, if somebody's going to be talking about the spirit so much, you would have at least been to the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody constantly talking about sex. Did you have sex before? You know what I'm saying? In other words, somebody constantly talking about something. You would assume, and I'm just throwing that word assume out there, that these people actually experience it. That's why they talk about it so much. You know what I'm saying? That you like, how are you always talking about this substance and you have never been to the spirit world? You know what I'm saying? So I asked the dude, I said, yo, have you ever been to the spirit world? It's like he started stuttering. He couldn't even answer the questions. So basically he clipped the call. He started talking about the scriptures. I said, yo, the Bible is nothing but degrees of Freemasonry. I said, religion is nothing but degrees of Freemasonry. He said, yo, brother, you got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, son, when you start going beyond, son, these people, they can't hang on, son. I mean, how you sit up here and talk about the spirit is in you? You embrace the spirit, but you never even been to the spirit world. I find that odd, son. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people, even though this is the damn spirit world, but I'm talking about the holographic version of this realm where the so-called dead people go. You know what I mean? That's the spirit world I'm talking about, where dead people go. You know what I'm saying? So I asked this, I'm like, yo, bro, you ever been to the spirit world? So I'm like, yo, because you know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up, son, because it's his joint. So, he already thinking that his, because I don't be coming in there on no cocky joint, like, what I'm saying, like what I know could just blow you out the water. So I'm coming in on some humble ish, and just based on how I was humble, he is like he must have picked up a vibe that, man, this dude is like I could run circles around him, son. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on some Chuck chill out shit. You know what I mean? Just chilling him. But the questions that I'm asking him, he can't even answer, son. You know what I mean? And then I'm telling this dude that he started talking about white people, and he was like, he tried to line me up and say I hate all white people. I say I don't hate nobody, and nor do I love anybody, son. I said I never said I hate all white people. When the hell you hear me say that? But and then he was like, "What you just said, they all gotta go." I said, "If we trying to build and they intervene, that's basically where that came from. Like if we trying to build our own and they come up there trying to clap us, I'm like, yo, we gotta stain the mother freaking blood with they stain the earth with their blood." You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be sitting up there begging and pleading, son. Like we trying to do our own thing, and you sitting up coming over here trying to kill us. Like, come on, it's only our God-given right to defend ourselves, man. You know what I mean? But he was talking about like, yo, I don't see it like that because I was in the military and I had this white man look watching my back, and I was watching his back, so I don't see all white people like that. What do you got to say about that? I say, yo, tell you the truth, man. That white man served his purpose after he finished watching your back. That's it. He served his purpose after he finished watching your back. After that, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality, son. Because I'm pretty sure he ain't in contact with that dude no more. You ain't kicking. You ain't kicking it with homie no more. You know what I mean? So then you try to spin it and try to make it seem like I hate all white people. I'm like, man, I don't hate nobody. I'm like the hell with the whole human species. It's all about the God race. You know what I mean? So then what what else he asked me? He was like, oh yeah, so he was like, he said he asked me like something along the lines like, what do I think about us? I'm like, well, as far as us, like you do understand that there's, you know what I'm saying, that people who cooned us out and sold us out, right? You know what I'm saying? And they basically handing us over to the beast. And I'm like, they not our people. And he like, yes, they are our people. I'm like, how the hell you gonna claim somebody that's trying to line you up and you know what I'm saying, basically sacrifice you? How you gonna claim that? You don't claim that. They letting you know that they won with the beast. You know what I mean? I'm not making the decision. All I'm doing is acknowledging the decision they made, and I'm ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. The only decision I made was to acknowledge and fully embrace the decision they made to ride the beast. That's all I did. You know what I'm saying? But he's talking about they still our people. I'm like, nah, man, because see, and that's why those people in religion and the majority of the so-called black race would never ascend. It would never ascend. You know what I'm saying? Because they assume because they got your skin tone. And the reality is they don't have your skin tone. Because your skin tone is a vibration, and it's obvious they do not vibrate like you. Because if they really vibrated like you, they wouldn't be selling you out and cooning you. You know what I mean? So the reality is they don't have our skin tone. Our skin tone is a vibration. It's not a visible appearance. It is a vibration. That's what the tone is, vibration. And they don't vibe like us. They vibe like the beast. You know what I mean? They vibe like the beast. So, they one with the beast. But it's like, dude, you know what I mean? It's like, but he's spirit. I ain't even say, well, he all in religion, son. You know what I mean? He all in religion, son. He don't really want to solve any problems, man. You know what I'm saying? He basically just want the beast to just ease up a bit. You know, it's just change the laws a little bit. You ain't really got to go that hard on us like that. You ain't got to be doing all that stuff that you're doing all down the street. And the reality is, you know what I mean? That's the damn quote unquote most high that's doing that. That's the most high that's doing that. When you see those people getting violated like that, that's the most high allowing that to go down, son. You know what I'm saying? So you can't you that's why like you can't even really mad at the humans. You can't get mad at the humans, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at the humans because if the Most High is allowing it, then it's part of the bigger picture. And you know what I'm saying? You should see it. You should be able to identify the obvious. You know, you looking at it emotional, hey, then it's basically you saying you disagreeing with God. You know what I mean? If you claim that the Most High is in control always and all this stuff that's happening right now, the reality, none of it should be bothering you. If you claim that the Most High is in charge, if you claim and you live and you breathe that the Most High is in charge, then all of this stuff that's happening right now, none of it should bother you, son. No matter how hideous it look on the TV screen or Facebook, no matter what they showing you, son, you should not be emotionally affected by none of it. If you truly, you know, I'm gonna speak their language. If you truly believe that the Most High is in charge and the Most High is doing all of this, then you should not be affected by it. If you are affected by it, and he was extremely affected by it. You know what I'm saying? He even said he's kind of effed up after watching a certain video. So if you are affected by it, then that means you don't trust the Most High. You don't trust the Most High. If you get affected by anything that you claim the Most High is in charge of, then you don't really have a bond with the Most High. You really frauding out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about the spirit is in you and the spirit make you talk, but you never been to the spirit world. Yo, bro. Yo, all you gotta do is just ask them simple questions, man. Simple questions, bro. You ain't even gotta get technical with it, son. Just ask them simple questions. Let's ask them, is the Most High in control? Yeah. Are you bothered by what's going on right now? Hell yeah. So then you don't trust the Most High. And if you don't trust the Most High, then that means you don't really have a connection with the Most High. Because to trust someone is to know someone. And when you know someone, you're connected to that someone that you know in which you trust. And you would never be in a state of doubt, which is what they are. When they see all this stuff taking place, they in a state of doubt. They get mad, they get angry. But you're supposed to be in tune with the Most High. This is the Most High plan. Why are you affected? If you know the Most High got you and you good money, why are you affected by seeing what you're seeing? You should be unbothered. You know what I mean? You should be unbothered, son. You know what I'm saying? But these cats out here be frauding, son. You know what I mean? They be frauding out here, son. You got to just ask simple questions. But they turning it up out here in these streets. It's like they going heavy with the share button. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying stay off of social media, man. You know what I mean? Stay off of social media because they're going hard with the shares. They going hard. I don't even know if that live I did earlier. I didn't even say earlier. That live I did yesterday. I don't even know if that video was visible. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that video is visible, son. But they going hard with the violence, son. You know, phase 2 of the coronavirus is in full swing right now. You know what I mean? It's in full swing. It's all about raising the vibe, son. You know what I'm saying? If you claim you got the connection with the Most High, then you should be unbothered. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like when you talking, it's like when you talking to these yo, when you talking to these clones, bro, yo, when you talking to these clones, you got to really limit yourself, son. I'm talking about, yo, when you talking to these clones, man, you have to really, really minimize the usage of your brain. I'm not even trying to be funny, son. I'm not even trying to be funny, son. Like I'm being this real Ray talk right now. When you talking to these clones, you got to minimize brain activity dramatically, son. You got to operate in the positive and negative when you talking to these clones, son. You know what I mean? Because it's like you say something that exists outside that positive and negative. Like when I told him that the soul is Jesus, was like, what's the difference between the soul and the spirit? And I'm like, the soul is made up of real energy and the spirit is made up of artificial energy. That joint pissed them off right there. So he was like, it sounds like something you got out of Egyptology. What he said. He said something like that's foolishness. Something like he said like that, son. I'm like, man, bro, son, ain't nobody on Egyptology ever said that before, son. Show me. Show me where they said that joint was made up of artificial energy. What really pissed them off is when I said that, you know what I'm saying? Your religion is nothing but degrees of masonry, son. And that's a fact. It's no way you could debate that, son. But I'm hitting points. You know what I'm saying? That he don't want to be on the waves. He don't want that to be on the waves, man. Nobody could debate that religion is not degrees of masonry, son. Nobody can, son. Nobody can. They are all degrees of masonry, son. That's not even debatable, son. You know what I mean? And you sitting up here with this book in your hand, you reading it every day, and you didn't either or you just it didn't click, son. It didn't click, son. You know what I mean? It didn't click. Either you know what's going on, son, or it didn't click yet, son. You know what I mean? Straight up. Either you the wise man playing the role of the fool, son. You know what I mean? Or it just didn't click, son. But come on, man. It's so obvious, man. It's so obvious, son. You know what I mean? But that really sent them off right there when I said that joint, son. You know, because it's like once you expose, you ain't even gotta expose the book based upon breaking up the gods and showing how them gods is fugazi gods. All you gotta do is just break up how that book is a degree of masonry, and it's like they don't just get disintegrated, son. It just get disintegrated. There's no way in hell you can't tell me that, son. I see that clear as day, son. Clear as day. All these religions, son. You know what I mean? All these different religions is different degrees. You know what I mean? Straight up. But yo, man, when you dealing with these clones, man, bro, son, you gotta minimize brain activity, son. Dramatically, son. Dramatically, son. You know what I mean, son? But the motherfucker he got tight. Got me up out of this. Motherfucker talking about, yo, does racism exist or does it not exist? I'm like, yo, you can't. It's not a yes or no. See, when you're dealing with reality, and it's like when you're dealing with these layers, it's not yes or no. You know what I mean? Because the way how they advertising racism, that's the illusion. When they're trying to make it seem like it has to do with your skin color, because it really had to do with your skin color. There's a bunch of people on the planet that, you know what I'm saying, they got the so-called same skin color as us, but they don't get treated like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the skin color. You know what I'm saying? They use that as an alibi to keep you from seeing that racism is based in sacrifice. It's based in sacrificing, son. That's what they doing out here, son. They sacrificing. You know what I mean? But He ain't trying to have that come through on his airwaves because he's trying to keep those people that he got tuning in and that's on his panel in the book. He's trying to keep them flipping through the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, invoking the spirit. The damn most high ain't no damn spirit, number one. But he trying to have them invoke the spirit of the most high and all that. But hey man, bruh, the only most high spirit they gonna be summoning is an archon. You know what I mean? It's a freaking archon, son. Word up, son. And I think a lot of these dudes know what's going on, son. See, I give people the benefit of the doubt, son. You know what I mean? I give people the benefit of the doubt. There's people out here who could act like they really don't know what's going on, but they know what's going on. And I could tell that he knows what's going on. You know what I mean? I could tell because I could hear it in his voice. I could hear it in his voice, you know what I'm saying, that it's like he didn't want me to say certain things. It's like I picked up the vibe. He didn't want me to say certain things over the ways because when I started talking about certain things, like, you know, he just cut me off and just try to like bullhorn the conversation, not in no strong arm way, but just try to like touch on it a little bit and then slowly turn away from it, you know what I mean, and take it somewhere else. You know what I mean? He ain't wanted to go there. You know what I mean? So that's already letting me know you know what I'm saying? You don't really, it's like you're not, you ain't really about uplifting the guard race, son. You ain't really about that light. You know what I mean? You ain't really about that, son. You know what I mean? You want to get a sheet of paper and go to the politicians and request that they change their laws. That's like, that'd be like somebody coming into his house telling him, yo, I got this piece of paper right here. I know you got your own laws in your house on how you live, how you conduct your family in your house, but I got this list right here. I want you to take this paper and I want you to read all these laws that I want you to abide by in your house. That's exactly what that sounds like. Somebody coming into your house telling you how to run your household. How you gonna take a piece of paper to these politicians telling them they need to change their laws? They looking at you like, what? I need to change my laws? Nah, not at all. I don't need to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't understand, son. They don't. It didn't click. It didn't click, son. You sitting up there begging these people to change their laws. It didn't click. How about you create your own laws? How about you create your own, build your own? From the moment I said we need to get our own and have our own, you should have been on board. You should have been like, yeah, okay, let's make that happen. This dude talking about it's not gonna work. You got cops out here killing us. What are we gonna do? I'm like, yo, if we doing our own thing and they come over there and violate, then you know we violate back. The freak. You know what I mean? If they lining us up in the crosshairs and it's, you know what I'm saying, they already got the damn tombstone with the damn name in it, then hey, we might as well just stain the earth with their blood. What else are we gonna do, son? We gonna sit up here and be begging like these people on a damn curve? You know what I mean? We gonna be begging like these people on the curve, son? That ain't gonna work. We need to get our own, son. That's the damn solution. We need our own, son. We need to get, and they don't want their own. They do not want their own, son. They do not want their own, son. And it's evident that they don't want their own, son. You sitting up here talking about going to politicians to get them to change the laws. That's a sign you don't want your own. You ain't connected to the Most High. The Most High has His own. You think the Most High is coming to the damn Pentagon saying, "Well, you know, I got these commandments right here, and I want y'all to like, you know, build deconstruct a portion of the Pentagon. 'Cause I want you to make a little space over here for me." You think the Most High is compromising with the damn humans? You think the Most High is writing letters to the damn politicians and damn humans telling them, well, this is how I want you to do this. And, you know what I'm saying? I want you to change the laws and do this and do that. You think the Most High is doing that, son? The Most High ain't asking for a damn thing. You know what I mean? Either you get down with the Most High or you lay down. That's it. How the hell you are a descendant of the Most High and you sitting up here taking a piece of paper with some requests to the Most Low, begging the Most Low, and you supposed to be a damn representation of the Most High? Does that even make any sense? Does that even make any sense? You sitting up here begging the humans to change their laws, but you supposed to be an agent for the Most High? Does that even sound like how the Most High would move? Man, that sound like a damn serpent, man. That don't sound like no representative of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High do their own thing. Straight up, baby. These people out here be tripping, cuz. People out here tripping, bro. Tripping, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like all this stuff that's going on right now, son. Like, yo, you got these cats breaking into supermarkets, breaking into stores, like they breaking into a whole bunch of ish. You got people doing drive-bys, shots going off. You know what I'm saying? Is that phase two is on full tilt. I mean, that phase two of that coronavirus is on full tilt, son. You know what I mean? And all of this that's going on, you still didn't get the signal to come together with your brother and your sister that want to build on that level, then yo, man, then it's no how they say it's no hope for you, son. How the believers would say it. There is no hope. There is no hope for you, man. There is no hope. There is none. All of this that's going on right now, especially in these times, and nothing is clicking. You know, I spoke about the force update. None of it is clicking saying, yo, I need to get with some brothers and some sisters that's serious and we need to build our own. We need to have our own. That's not coming in your head. You sitting up here talking about begging these politics, because that's all that is. You going to them with a piece of paper with a list of requests for change the laws. That ain't nothing but begging. You sitting up here talking about going and begging these people to change their laws. Ain't no hope for you. The reality is you just want them to ease up on you. You want them to remain in power. You just want them to ease up on busting your head open. That's it. You know, in other words, yo, you could still rule over us. You have no problem with you guys ruling the planet and ruling over us. Just please stop violating us on so many levels at such on a damn back-to-back basis. Could you, in other words, could you ease up a bit? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that translates into, man. That's exactly what it translates into. Hey, you got an opportunity to create your own, and the only thing that comes in your head is that you need to create a list and take it to the politicians and request that they change their laws. Man, you gotta be out your damn mind. See, these are the kind of people we gotta be dealing with on the damn planet, son. These are the kind of people we gotta be dealing. These are the thorn bushes that we gotta make our way through. You know what I mean? The people that would never come together for real. Because that is a clear waving the white flag saying that I would never really come together. I have no problem you ruling. Just give me a little bit of flex so I can flex. Just give me some room to flex. You can rule all you want. You know what I mean? Just let me flex a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. Who even feel comfortable living like that? That's crazy, son. You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's freaking bananas. I had this girl on Facebook. She up the projects. They talking about this dude got bodied by the police. You know what I'm saying? Last night, police bodied him right there in the projects, by the projects. You know what I mean? They quarantine the whole building. The whole building quarantine. You know what I mean? Like come on. And you got the girl, she's sitting up there, she crying, she panicking, like, yo, they just violated this dude. They just violated this dude. But you know what I'm saying? And I know that projects. Them cats be busting they gun all the damn time at each other. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the thing that I'm talking about, son. These people sit up here and they want to cry and all that when the cops violate these people. But meanwhile, these people is killing each other in the damn hood. You know what I'm saying? They killing each other in the freaking hood, son. You know what I mean? How you saying it ain't right when the cop do it, but when they do it to each other, you ain't saying that it ain't right? It's like, yo, it's like the carbonated beings have gotten so accustomed to killing each other that when it happens, it's like it happens. But when somebody else does it, they want to raise hell. You know what I'm saying? Now, if those brothers and sisters was together in the projects, I'm talking about for real, like they really had that strong soul bond, none of that would be happening, son. You know what I'm saying? The hell with going to the damn mayor of New York and be like, yo, we want y'all to change the laws a little bit, because we over here in the projects, things kind of crazy. So we trying to have y'all change the laws up a little bit. How about y'all change? That's another thing I told the dudes, son. I said things ain't gonna change until we change. I said they ain't gonna change. The humans is always gonna be doing what the humans is doing, son. I said we gotta change. We gotta change. Ain't no right, ain't no laws for them. Asking them to change their laws. We change our laws because it's like the guardrails have a law that's flowing through their veins of violating each other. You know what I'm saying? They got a strong law that's flowing through their veins of violating each other. Any chance they get, they just want to violate each other, son. We need to change those laws. We need to change that law from violating each other to fully embracing each other by any means necessary. You know what I mean? Fully respecting each other by any means necessary. That's a law that we need to embrace fully. I guarantee you, if we was to fully embrace that law, you would see a big difference. A big difference. If you know what I'm saying, if we stop supporting all these businesses out here in the hood that don't look like us, you know what I'm saying, they out here feeding us, bringing in all this poison, all this fake food, all these chemicals, which plays a role in distorted thought patterns. It plays a major role in distorted thought patterns. These chemicals they set out here in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We stop supporting these people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of these brothers out there spending $3,000 on some damn rims, they need to go to damn Home Depot and buy some freaking soil, get them damn machines, and have they woman plant a freaking garden on a damn roof or somewhere, or in a damn house or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Start growing their own food. You know what I mean? The hell with the blunts and the weed. You know what I'm saying? Get into the science of agriculture. Learn how to grow your own stuff. Learn about the food and the minerals, man. They come together on a bond like that. You know what I'm saying? But they eating all this poison food out here, which plays a major role in distorted consciousness. You know what I mean? Don't think it's just so-called black people that, you know what I'm saying, be wilding out on each other, son. Don't think it's just like at the core. It's just black people just bugging out. Nah, it's their whole lifestyle, son. The food that they eat, man. The food that they eat, the stuff that they drink plays a major role on how their thoughts vibrate. It plays a major role on that, son. You know what I mean? On how their thoughts vibrate. So it's like you gotta stop supporting the Kennedy Fried Chicken, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, the McDonald's, the damn corner deli that has nothing but poison in it. All these corner stores out here in the hood have nothing but poison in it. None of it have nothing healthy in it. Even the water is poison. They selling you water with no minerals. What kind of craziness is that, son? You know what I mean? But these people, these are the same people who will look at you and say, it don't matter if the water ain't got no minerals, or it don't matter if these potato chips is fake, or it don't matter if the food in here is fake. It's just food. But these are the same ones walking around with the perm wig and the weave. You know what I mean? Got the marks of the beast all on their face, tattoos and all that. These are the same ones who saying it ain't nothing wrong with it, but they haven't looked in the mirror for real. You know what I'm saying? They haven't looked and seen how perverted their soul has become because of the consumption of poisons. You know what I mean? Straight up. But Joe, man, dude, you know, he pulled me up out of this, son. I mean, he ain't trying to hear that high signal, son. This man said it don't matter how they advertise it. As long as they exist, it exists. I'm like, come on, son. Like, it's like every time it's like I'm saying to myself, like, man, I ain't even gonna go in like that, son, cause it's useless, man. Cause if I would have hit him with the GMO joint, son, he would have spent it. If I would have said, like, okay, so if you saying it don't matter how they advertise it on the surface, is if it just exists, it exists. So what happens if they advertise or freaking GMO food as organic food? On the surface it's advertised as organic food, but it's really GMO food, and you sitting up there eating that every day. You mean to tell me that your body is not going to suffer no ailments from eating that? It don't matter, right? I'm pretty sure he would have spent it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, man, I'm not even going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like you realize, I mean, I already knew what it was, but you know what I'm saying? I just put a little vibration in there. Somebody gonna come across that video. You know what I mean? They gonna be like, they gonna hear something, and something gonna click. Something is gonna click, son. You know what I mean? It's all about raising the vibe. You ain't raising no vibe by reading no Bible. You know what I mean? That ain't raising your vibe. You talking about the spirit, and you ain't even been to the spirit world. Like, you really having a vicarious spiritual experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really having a vicarious spiritual experience, and that's crazy. You're not even having a first-hand spiritual experience. You having a spiritual experience through a book. You haven't even came out your body and go to the lunar dimension to actually see what's going on. He started to say, when I asked him about if he ever went to the spirit world, it looked like he started to say, I don't even deal with that. But he caught himself. Because if you would have said that, I would have hit him with, what? I would have been like, how you talk about the spirit and you ain't ever been in the spirit world? So I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I would have hit him with that haymaker, son. I would have let that one slide. I would let that haymaker rip, son. You talking about the spirit? You ain't been in the spirit world, bro? The freak? Come on, bro. I mean, if you're gonna be talking about it a lot, man, you would think that you at least experience it, bro. I mean, word up, man. Especially if not even talking about it. You like so-called living that life. You know what I mean? You living the spiritual life. You would think people who, even though this is the spirit world, son, but you know, I'm talking about when you go to that lunar dimension. Like, if you live in a spiritual life and you have not been to the lunar dimension, you are pump faking, son. You're pump faking. That's like somebody saying that they are a diehard Christian. You know, somebody who lives the life of Christianity, but they never been to church. Or, you know, or they never even, I ain't even gonna say never even opened the Bible. They never been to a church. You know what I mean? Like, you never been to a church. Like, come on, son. You gotta at least go there at least once. If you a diehard Christian, you in the church. You in the church. I'm not talking about those, you know what I'm saying, who know that the church and all that is all fugazi. I'm talking about those who's fully lost in the church. There's no way you're gonna tell me that you are a diehard Christian, but yet you never been to church. I'm gonna look at you like, How you a diehard Christian and you never went to church? Because diehard Christians, they in church every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know what I mean? They in there every day, son. So how you a diehard Christian and you ain't never been to church? Like this dude, like you die hard with the spirit. You talking about the spirit is in you and all this and all that. You die hard with it, but you never been to the spirit world. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. You pump faking, son. You know what I mean? You pump faking, bro. Like, come on, son. You living a spiritual life, but you never been into the spirit world. Y'all don't find that strange, man? See, these are the type of questions you got to be asking these people. When these people claim that they are diehard something, you know what I'm saying? That's like somebody is practicing herbalism, like a naturopathic doctor, somebody who specializes in herbs. You know what I'm saying? They claiming that they know all these herbs and they healing the people and all this and all that. And then you ask them, well, have you any background on, you know what I'm saying, having any kind of experience with these herbs? And they tell you no. You're like, well, how are you a herbalist and you don't know anything about herbs? You don't know how to plant herbs. You don't know how to identify herbs. Like, come on, man. You think because you read a book, you a herbalist? You know what I mean? In other words, you think because you read a book known as the Bible that you got a connection with the Most High? Like, come on, man. Have you ever been to the Most High Palace? Like, come on, bruh. Yo, these people be frauding, son. Yo, they be frauding, son. Yo, these motherfuckers out here be frauding, son. If you live in it, you have to be in the experience, son. And I already broke up with the experiences, but I'm speaking the language. But if you live in that life, man, you gotta have some type of experience in it, son. You know what I mean? That'll be like one of these spiritual cats out here talking about how they a witch doctor. You know what I'm saying? But they never been to the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? They sitting up here telling you that they telling you all this stuff about spirits. And then you turn around and ask them, did you ever communicate with a spirit? And they tell you no. You'll be like, what? You sit up here telling me all this stuff about spiritualism and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, but you never talked to a spirit before, son? Like, come on, yo, like you frauding out here in these matrix streets, man. Yo, they frauding, son. They frauding, son. They frauding, B. You know what I mean? They frauding, son. Ask these people these questions. These people who's die hard with it, son. You know what I mean? Straight up. That's like you bumping into a freaking mason that's 33 degrees. You know what I mean? And then you ask them, have you ever been to the lodge? And they tell you no. You like, what? Never been in a Masonic lodge, but you a Mason? Like, get the freak out of here, son. That's like you going up to a cop and you be like, yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a cop, man. Then cop, oh, what? So you been to the academy? Nah, I never been to the academy. So how the hell you a cop? You know what I'm saying? Well, in other words, you have to go through stages in order to get to a certain level when you can say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could speak on this, or if you rep it, I rep this because I went through the travel. You sitting up here talking about the spirits and you ain't never even been to the spirit world. You ain't never even communicated with a spirit. Then you ain't the spirit. The reality is, son, the spirits ain't dealing with you. They ain't even dealing with you, son. If they ain't hollering, son, you talking about you down with this spiritual stuff and you can't talk to these spirits ain't talking to you, son, you fraud. You out here frauding in these matrix streets. And there's a lot of clones out here fraud, son. You know what I mean? These cats out here thinking that they got a connection with the Most High because they read a freaking Bible. Get the freak out of here, son. You ain't got no connection with the Most High because you read a book. Straight up. You got a vicarious experience, son. You have a vicarious experience, son. You know what I mean? That's what that is, a vicarious experience. They don't got no connection with the Most High, son. Y'all here frauding out here in these matrix streets, bro. But yo, man, see what's going on in the chat, man. Peace, everybody in the chat. I mean, this man sitting up here talking about asking, well, begging these people to change their laws. Like, come on, son. We need to just get our own shit. Take it from there, man. We need to get our own and just take it from there, son. We gotta stop depending on these people, man. You already see what happened. They shut all the stores down, then what? They own all the stores. They shut the stores down, then what? If we had our own, they wouldn't be able to shut us down. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be able to shut us down if we had our own. If we had that bond, son, they wouldn't be able to shut us down. It would be none of them coming into our communities looting. Nothing. They already know what it is, son. You ain't want it over here, son. You know what I mean? We would have everything will be safe and secure. You know what I mean? The woman will be in the damn real fortress of solitude. The kids will be in the fortress of solitude. You know what I mean? And the men will be doing what the men do. Since we ain't got none of that going on, we sitting up here begging these people to change their laws. Like, come on, son. He wouldn't do that. He's the king in his kingdom, in his house. He not gonna have some strange man that he don't know with a piece of paper come up in there and tell him, well, I want you to change this. I don't want you to live like how you living now. Here's my submission for a request for you to stop doing certain things in your house, and I want you to start doing this. He would look at that man, rip that paper up, and slam the damn door in his face. That's exactly what the beast does. Looking at you like, what? Change my laws. This whole foundation is built upon these laws. If I change the laws, I alternate the foundation. You don't get it. It still didn't click. There's no changing of the laws to make your situation better. We have to keep you in the positive and negative polarity. We have to keep you feeling. We're not alternating the laws so you can stop concentrating on low vibrations. Because if you stop concentrating on low vibrations, you might just pick up one of these high vibrations that's coming to the damn planet. You might pick up one of these high codes that's coming to the damn planet by way of the sunlight. And we can't have that. So we got to make sure every little step you take, a low vibration will be there. We got to make sure. It didn't click with you yet. It ain't click. And we working hard so it never click. You know what I mean? We working hard so it never clicks. Straight up. Because the day it click, that's when the laws change. See, the law is not going to change when a politician change the laws. The laws change when it clicks for us. When we click, that's when the law change. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the real law makers, the souls on the planet. We change the laws by stop embracing their codes and start living like souls on the planet. You know what I mean? Shit, man, you know, dude up here tripping, B. I ain't even tripping him for off that. Hell yeah, Whole Foods sell GMOs, huh? I be seeing some weird ass looking watermelons in there, man. Watermelons be looking like volleyballs. You know, the watermelon's supposed to be having a weird shape. I seen a perfect circular watermelon. I'm like, what is this? What kind of watermelon is this, man? Talking about organic seedless. I'm like, crazy. In a big ass box. big ass. It looked like a bargain bin, a watermelon bargain bin box. Heard up. I'm like, oh hell no. You know what I mean? Now that brother right there, he would see that the damn watermelon looking like a basketball and be like, "Oh wow, seedless watermelons. Let me pick up a couple of those because the way how they advertise it on the surface." But in his realm, it doesn't matter how they advertise it. It exists. And all I was trying to relay is that it does matter how they advertise it, because if you adopt a false advertisement, then your perception becomes corrupt. So now you live in your life based upon that false advertisement. You know what I mean? He tried to tell me that don't matter. I'm like, all right, don't matter to you because you're a clone. But it matters to those who's really on that vibration. You know what I mean? Straight up. But yo, man, I'm about to raise up out of here, son. That was it was results. That's all I would say, son. It was results. You know what I mean? A lot of these people out here, they're trying to make it seem like they're about uplifting, but they just really here to keep the emotional wagon going, son. You know what I mean? They just here to keep the emotion wagon rolling, son. Word up, son. So, you know what I mean? It's just raise the vibe, raise the vibe, raise the vibe, raise the vibe, son. I mean, keep raising the vibe. They got this madness going on out here, son. You just keep raising the vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? Drink your teas, take your herbs. Don't be eating that BS food. Make sure you get your sun when you can, and avoid those demons. You know what I mean? Because these cats out here, they going hard. They staging a lot of ish. You know what I mean? They going hard, son. They turning it out. Yo, the beginning of this year, I said it's gonna be crazy this year, son. I said the beast about to turn it up with 5G. Go watch that video I did um January 1st, 2020, son. I said the beast about to turn it up with 5G, son. And yo, beast ain't playing, son. The dragon spoke. The dragon has spoke. What is the dragon? The solar flares. Fire. You know what I'm saying? The dragon breathes fire. The dragon breathes fire. The solar flares is symbolic. And that video still ain't uploaded, son. I did that video when it was. I think it was early this morning. It's still processing, son. That video been processing for like 20 hours. Yo, that video still ain't up, son. You know what I mean? But I already downloaded it, son. I already got it downloaded. You know what I mean? So it don't even matter. If they don't post it, I'ma just re-upload it. You know what I mean? Because they be having them joints stuck. But you know what I'm saying? The dragon spoke, son. Them solar flares, man. It's causing a blackout. They say the zenith flares, you know what I'm saying, cause a blackout. What they got people doing right now, son. They got people putting the blackout on on Instagram and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Take a good look at the screen. This is a post that I put up. I was like, yo, if you look at your screen, because when these people put in these black pictures up, look at the screen. It's a cube. You know what I'm saying? It's a cube or a block. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, ing is an action. So if you got more than one blocks, or if you got blocks that's consistent, that's the action, ing. So that's blocking. That's the blocking right there. So I'm like, this blackout where they got everybody doing that blackout with Black Lives Matter, that's Bill Gates blocking out the sun. That's a phase of Bill Gates blocking out the sun. That's part of the ritual, son. That's not the ultimate blocking out the sun, but it's an extension of the Bill Gates blocking out the sun. You know what I mean? So you got a bunch of people on social media participating in blocking out the sun. You You know what I mean? See, these people, they always, you know what I'm saying? The beast always get these people that's up under the zap frequency, son. You know what I mean? They straight up under the zap frequency, son. You know, but yo, man, I'm about to raise up out of here. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's all about raising that vibe. Raise that vibe. Raise that vibe. Raise that vibe. Out.